Anybody? I can't see well. Ashwini, go ahead.
Okay, this is Ashwini from Applied Material. The question is from Jayesh Ranjan. We hear Telangana is taking stride on photonics manufacturing and would really appreciate if you could throw some light on it.
Yeah, thank you. So when I mentioned that we are trying to promote emerging technologies, one of the most potential technology which definitely is going to take the world by storm is going to be photonics. There is enough evidence today in US to suggest that the next, we have reached the plateau of Moore's law. We have completed the cycle of Moore's law, but the next major breakthrough is likely to come through photonics. So we have created a separate SPV, a government promoted SPV, and we are engaging with lots of technology providers, investors. In fact, our CEO of the Photonics Valley Corporation is also here, and people may like to interact with him later on. So photonics is definitely a thrust for us in Telangana.
Thank you very much. I hope that project happens with lightning speed. So any other questions?
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
I belong to the sphere of academia. I have been working in the sphere of skill development, so it is of great interest to me what is being discussed. Firstly, I feel that there is a mismatch between demand and supply, and I'm very concerned about the quality of training being provided in ITIs, because these kids come from very disadvantaged backgrounds. So specifically, if our industries can put their heads together, if they can adopt an ITI and provide the kind of inputs that are required and set up a fund for research, I feel that will really help. You know, and there is a need for collaboration, stronger collaboration between academia and industry. And secondly, I beg to differ from you, Mr. Ajena, when you said we should have finishing schools. I feel that would be an expensive affair and really not required, provided we improve the quality of education and the kind of finishing, like for personality development, if that can go hand in hand, which I had been suggesting to our Karnataka government, I think that would go a big way. Thank you.
You want to answer this?
Yeah, I entirely agree with you, ma'am. What has happened, finishing school should not be a continuous process. In fact, we need to improve our academic input, make it industry ready. Once we do that, there will be no need for any finishing schools. Why we are talking of finishing schools now? There are large number of people who have completed their diplomas or degrees or ITIs and are still not useful to the industries. So for them, we need to work on specific subject area depending upon the demand of the market. And for those things, we need to put up finishing schools maybe for next 5, 7, 10 years till we get good quality technicians and engineers from our regular institutions.
Thank you very much. We'll take one more question and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, please.
I am Professor Prithviraj, former Director IT for Government of Puducherry, who's driving the e-governance program. This question is addressed to Jayesh Ranjan, Secretary, Telangana. We have a National Institute of Smart Governance present in your state. And I was wondering, because we are talking about a lot of skilling opportunities, e-governance is such a big initiative which Government of India has taken up. And I believe there's a lot of academia students as well as other students as well as other individuals who have to necessarily get a lot of skilling done in the governance sector also. Any thoughts on that and anything happening from your state?
Sure. So I would like to add a comment to what ma'am mentioned. See, since we are talking about electronic manufacturing, we are aware that the jobs in electronic manufacturing range from the very basic low end to very, very high end, unlike the software development, etc. So the suggestion that you have made that ITIs, polytechnics, receive more support, more attention of the industry, I completely endorse that comment because it is in industry's interest itself if good quality manpower for these low-end kind of or middle-end kind of jobs are made available. So in Telangana, actually, we have designed this framework of industries adopting ITIs, allowing the students access to their campus for practical trainings, industry representatives going to these ITIs and improving the quality of the faculty and so on and so forth. So the regular manufacturing companies like Mahindra and all are participating it in a big way. As and when we start receiving more and more electronic manufacturing, I'm sure they will also fall within this framework. But what you mentioned is absolutely correct. And NISG is, of course, in Hyderabad. We collaborate quite closely with them. And I do not really know whether they have on their mandate the responsibility to train students on e-governance, but there are many other areas in which we work with them together.
Thank you very much. So we'll wrap it up now. The time's up here. So I want to thank all the panelists for their time and all their comments here. I think Dr. Prasad has to leave this evening, so he probably won't be around for long. So if you have any more questions with him, catch him soon while he's still here. But Sri Jayesh ji and Pradeep ji mentioned that they'll be here for rest of the evening. So if you have any more questions, you can catch them during the events in the end of the day today. So thank you very much for your time, and see you next time.